good, YouTube? It's your boy Hercules, back with another video. Been a while since I did a video from a different perspective. Usually I'm just sitting over there at the desk, talking to you guys, doing my informative videos. But today's video is going to be a little different. So if you guys have been keeping up with the page, my last video was about my shoulder dislocation. And as you can see, I'm actually holding the camera with that arm, right? See? Getting some isometric work going. So basically recovery is going great. My mobility is probably up to like 90%. I'm healing super fast. I will say, that's a blessing. I'm grateful of that. I thought I was going to be out for a lot longer than, they say 12 to 16 weeks, like I said in the last video, but I really think I can get back a little sooner than that with the way that things are going and how I'm healing up. So today's video is going to be a leg day video. I still can't train. See, I had to give it a little rest. I still can't train upper body. So you guys, I won't be able to, unfortunately, get you any like heavy chest days, shoulder workouts, or things like that, because I'm still going through my recovery after my dislocation. But I am going to be able to upload leg day videos. So today's video will be a little cool. I'm taking this as a positive. I'm looking at it as a way to, train a little different, learn a little different, and hit some different angles in the gym. We're going to do an all machine-based leg workout. So obviously I still can't hold weights. I can, but why even risk it? I can do my front squats. Super heartbroken about that. Don't want to put all that weight on my shoulders. Don't want to risk redislocating anything like that. And obviously I don't do back squats, but those would be detrimental, and that could definitely dislocate my shoulder again. So today's gonna be a full leg workout. It's gonna be all machines. It's going to be quads and hamstrings in one workout, which I haven't done that in a while. So your boy going to be feeling it. I haven't worked out in over a week. Anyway, I'm talking too much. We're going to get to the video. You already know I'm going to throw the voice over on the top. We're going to put the music on the top. And we're going to hit these legs. So I'll see y'all in a minute. All right, guys. Like always, the full workout will be in the description. So make sure you guys check that description box out and follow along with me as we go through this workout. So first things first, we're gonna start off with some dynamic stretching, a little bit of static stretching, just to kind of loosen the muscles up a little bit. You don't want to stretch too much, but you do want to get a little stretch in there and make sure nothing's tight, make sure everything's feeling right before you go into any type of leg workout. So if you guys want the full stretch routine, I'll do a video about that. So comment down below if you'd be interested in knowing that. But for this video, I'm just gonna go through it real quick, just showing you guys a couple of movements I do. As you've seen, I did some walking lunges here. We also gonna go through some abductions to help warm up those glutes and warm up those hips. The hips are a big part of leg day, so you definitely want to make sure those are nice and warm. And then I go through a couple of sets of leg extensions to get some blood flow into the quads and warm up those knees. As you guys can see, I got my knee sleeves on. Those are PR knee sleeves by Larry Wills, which gives you some good shock resistance, some good compression to really help take some of the load off of those knees. First exercise we're starting with is the leg press, guys, the plate loaded leg press. Really loading up the volume. As you guys know, I cannot work any upper body, so that actually applies to me doing my usual front squats, and I cannot do back squats because of the mobility I don't have in my shoulder. So for the first set, we're going to do 20 reps, really filling the legs up with blood. Today's really going to be focused on pumping as much blood into the legs as possible. Just making sure we can keep that size, man, because without doing my heavy front squats, I really don't want to lose out on, the size of my legs because I'm not able to squat as heavy. So definitely going to counter that by hitting some heavy leg press. We're going to do a lot of volume. As you guys seen down below, we're going to do 4 sets, 20 for the first set, 15, 15, and 12. As you get heavier and heavier, slowly decrease the amount of repetitions. As far as where your feet were going to be, guys, wherever you're comfortable. I didn't want to go anywhere specific here. My feet are slightly wide, toes pointed out. Bringing those knees as close to the chest as possible. Really just making sure we're getting full range of motion. All right, y'all, we got our last set coming up. We maxed it out. Got 7 on each side. I could do more. If you really want to do more, you can put more plates in here. But we're not going to do all that today because we're already about to do a lot of volume. So We're gonna stick with the 7 plates for the last set of 12. Let's get it. Like I said, guys, for that last set, you wanna make sure you go as heavy as you can. No, I won't say as heavy as you can, but at least with a good amount that's gonna challenge you to get a nice, smooth 12 reps to finish off the leg press exercise. As y'all can see, sometimes I had Lexi there to give me those good angles, but she was working out too, so I didn't want to interrupt her too much, so I made sure we switched the angles up a little bit throughout the workout. Bam. Moving on to the second movement, we're gonna go to the horizontal leg press. Now, believe it or not, the tension you get on these machines is different, you know. The horizontal leg press is a little less taxing on my lower back, in my opinion, but it still allows me to go heavy and load up as much weight on the quads as possible. So for this movement, we went feet hip width apart to kind of focus more on that outer quad sweep. Again, bringing those knees as close to the chest as possible, flexing the quads on the extension. It's crazy because, you know, I really thought that this workout would be so easy since it was all machine based, but it's definitely humbled me. But I love the fact that the world really does believe that, you know, without heavy squats and things like that, that for the freeway move is that you can't build legs, and that's definitely not true. You know, there's actually been studies and, you know, they've run tests where people will go in and train all machines, and people that train machines actually ended up with still a lot of leg growth. You can get a lot of hypertrophy and a lot of volume into those legs using machines. Free weights obviously are king because of the, you know, more stabilizers, your core is involved in free weight squats and things like that, but ain't nothing wrong with working machines, guys, so don't let anybody convince you otherwise. Third movement, we're going to be doing leg extensions. So this movement here really is to kind of take the quads deep, get deep into those muscle fibers and really attack them with a lot of volume. First set, we're going for 20 reps. Nice and controlled, no swinging the weight on these, guys. Leg extensions get a bad rap because, you know, they put a lot of stress on the ACL, but that's if you're not controlling the weight. I don't just swing weights around. I control the weight, make sure I'm using a good constant tension, good tempo, damn near like a 1.5 2-second tempo on the way up and on the way down. So 3 sets on these. First set was 20. Second 2 sets, we're gonna go for 15. Notice how I'm controlling that weight on the way down. Don't lose out on the eccentric part of a lift. That's actually gonna get you more gains than the concentric. Eccentric, guys, is, let's say you were doing a squat. No, we'll just talk about the leg extension. On a leg extension, on the way down is the eccentric. On the way up, bam, right there, that's the concentric. That's when the muscle is contracting. On the way down, the muscle is not relaxing. It's still contracting, but you're lowering the weight. So that's the eccentric part of the movement. And then on the way up will be the concentric part of the movement. So controlling both parts of that is very important if you want to get the most amount of gains possible. As you can see, after the last set, I'm doing a drop set to failure. That's really going in those quads before we switch over to hamstrings. Hold that last rep and let that burn sink in. Movement number 4, guys, we're going to switch over to hamstrings now. We're going to be doing a seated leg curl. So same rep style here. We're going to be doing 3 sets, high volume. Set of 20 for the first set. Point those toes toward you. You see how I'm taking my toes and I'm pointing them up. What that's doing is that's creating more tension along the posterior chain, which is along the back of the body. So pointing those toes up creates tension in the calves, which can create a pull in the hamstrings, glutes, all the way up, working those hamstrings a little more than you would if your toes are pointed down. So give that a try. You'll notice that there's a little more tension there, especially if your muscles are tight down the calf, the hamstring, and the glutes. You'll definitely feel a deeper pull in the hamstring. Not a bad pull though. We're talking about a good pull. Again, toes pointed up, controlling the movement, not swinging the weights around. Hamstrings is a hard muscle group to connect with, guys, because it's behind you. It's just like the back. You know, a lot of people struggle to really grow their hamstrings because it's behind you and it's not a muscle that you can see and actually watch contract. At the end of the day, it's all about mind-muscle connection, knowing what muscle group you're working on, knowing what you're focused on, and just keeping yourself in tune with that. Controlling the movement so that it's not all in the tendons. Next movement, guys, we're going to be doing some hip adductors. So if you got me on Instagram, you hear me talk about this a lot. A lot of guys neglect these machines, man. The abductor and the adductor, I would say they're very important. There's nothing worse than having weak hips out of the bottom of a squat. You know, you want to be a strong squatter and a strong deadlifter, things like that. You really got to focus on those hips, man. A lot of guys had that misunderstanding that, no, these machines are for the women. It's like, that's definitely not true. You know, you want to hit every muscle group. You don't want to have muscle imbalances, you know, and weak points and things like that, which you end up having because you want to neglect these things that are more important than you think. So do your research on these. Also, if you're going to be in a competitive bodybuilding and you want to have those, you know, the thicker leg from the front and from the back, don't underestimate the adductors. You know, it'll actually show and make that hamstring pop from the front. You'll see that thing hanging down there from the middle of the leg. Trust me, it makes a difference. You want to separate yourself. Last but not the least, you cannot train legs without hitting calves. We're going to finish off with some seated calf machine. So if you don't have this machine, guys, I'm not like super strict about it. Just find whatever calf machine you do have. And if you don't have a calf machine, find a step, find a deadlift platform, and hold some weights and hit the calves. As long as you get enough volume in them, that's all I'm concerned about. So for the first set, you want to have your toes pointed straight. Second set, I'm going to point my toes in to kind of put more of a bias on the outer calf. And for the last set, we're going to point those toes out. It's going to be super awkward doing these if you're not used to it, but you'll notice you'll get a little more bias on different parts of the calf muscle. When you point the toes out, you can get more of that inner calf muscle on the inside. The one that everybody looks at the most, that knot right there, you see I'm pointing at it, that's really going to get you a little more attention on there. So, going for 15 reps. Like I said, just like everything else, make sure you're controlling it and not just swinging the weights around. And that's a wrap, guys. That is your machine-only leg workout. Give it a try. All right, YouTube family, that's a wrap. That was your machine-only leg day. That's actually harder than I thought it was going to be. You know, without doing free weights, I was thinking I was just going to be able to breeze through that workout. I will say it went a lot faster without having to load a bunch of plates and load up a bar or anything like that, but still got a good workout in. Nice, high volume. Pumped as much blood into the legs as possible and got a good one in. So make sure y'all try that out, man. I'm going to have a full workout in the description. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all, how y'all feel. Let me know if y'all want more of these type of videos. I've been more so doing videos that are more like, you know, 3 exercises to target specific muscle groups, but I'll hit y'all with these longer full videos if you guys appreciate it. I'll catch y'all at the next video. Like always, guys, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications, and I'll keep that content coming. I'll see you at the next video. Hercules out.